I haven't recorded in a day, and I usually record like once a freaking hour. But today I think I'm gonna do a reaction video because I saw this great video called 3 True Stories School Lockdowns Scaries. Oh god. I barely can read. I have problems with reading. You know, I'm just gonna click it. Did you get scared? It's not my fault. Just I'm warning you. By the way, this video was made by what the heck? What's up, my demons? School's all. So this video was made by a YouTuber called 666. So the number the number of the devil. So he created this video of 3 true school lockdown stories. Killer clowns. What's up, my demons? Schools all across the world practice lockdowns every single year. But have you ever wondered what horrific things happen in a lockdown if it's not a drill? From killer clowns to jealous ex-boyfriends. Today I bring you three scary true school horror lockdown My sister's is starting to affect me. If you want to see more scary stories like this, she curses all the time. 6,000 likes. Subscribe right now, or one of these stories might end up happening to you. Hell no. Last year, during the whole killer clown craze, a few clowns on Twitter threatened to come to our school at 11 a.m. and kill us. The school picked up on this and sent out emails to parents and planned a lockdown at 10:30. Sitting in history class, I hear the familiar sound of the lockdown alarm. The teacher rushing to the windows and doors, locking and closing them. To be honest, I wasn't that worried. I thought that it was just another blank threat online and nothing would happen. But there was still an excitement to a lockdown. After 40 minutes of silence, sitting on the cold floor in the corner of the room, the emergency green flashing light turned off, and the air conditioning slowly fell silent. The hallway lights switched off, and the school had cut the power. Why, though? At this point, me and my classmates were staring at each other. We all knew that something real was going on. After 10 minutes or so, we could all hear a faint banging noise from down the corridor, shortly followed by heavy and fast footsteps. Someone was running down the hallway. They started banging on the lockers and screamed, "I'll kill you all, just die." At this point, a few girls started never mind, no, I'm not reacting to this crap. Hell no. I'm a scaredy cat. I do not care. I don't care if people want to say that I'm a scaredy cat. I'm just saying that if this is an actual true story, then hell no, I don't want to listen to it. Is that James Charles? Wait, why am I flipping it? Why don't I flip it like this? Somebody recreated the Hemi Stickman dance. What the heck is that? That was not even the dance at all. Oh yeah. I have my cousin's channel, which is this one. He speaks pure Spanish. He doesn't speak English, but his videos aren't that bad. I said aren't that bad because he actually knows how to edit, and I currently can't edit thanks to a problem.
with my editing thing, which is the same thing I use for my recording thing, which is what was it called again? Oh yeah, Master Recorder. Which somehow won't let me edit any videos. But does he mean? Oh my god, look at that face. Okay. Wait, let me do a quick pause. This other person that's gone sinning. I know it's supposed to say, wait, am I recording? Are we recording?
This is the initial reaction of a YouTuber named Joey Mac420 after experiencing a mysterious encounter while motorbiking in the mountains of California.
And it was all fun and games until a freaking ghost girl just comes out of nowhere.
He and his friend are out on a long bike trail with no one visible for miles and no reason for anyone to be out there with them. Everything is going fine until at one point the trail dips along the base of a mountain and runs parallel to a creepy section of woods. Joey comes around a corner and is surprised to see this person approaching him. Someone who he's never seen before and yet who looks strangely familiar. He's so freaked out by the sight of someone all the way out here, a clear 45 miles from town, that he veers off the path and takes a look over his shoulder to make sure what he saw was real.
That is so creepy. Brandon's gonna freak out. Do I go back and look for him? What? Where did she come from?
She walks by, but something is really off about the way she looks to him. He can't tell what it is, but it scares him bad. A close-up shows some reasons why. She's walking straight ahead and doesn't turn to notice him at all. No wave or acknowledgement or anything. Last, she seems to be holding something. When his friend drives by a short while later, he says she behaved differently and ran straight at him. I think she appears to not be in the right mental state, since she was all by herself in the mountains walking a long distance without any shoes. That's when Joey remembers a missing persons report around this area from not too long ago, and I think this was very smart thinking on Joey's part. He checks the database and brings up this photo. Carly Lane Gousset. I know it's kind of hard to tell from this distance, but I do see some possible correlations between the person in this video and the person in these missing FBI photos. The hairstyle is similar and she seems to have the same high cheekbones. If I had to guess the age, I would say a teenager, much like Carly, who was 16 when she went missing. But overall, it's too far away to say for sure if it's her or not.
That's
All of
scary.
this bothers him enough to call the local sheriff, and I wanted to know if you thought this phone call is real.
I think I might have seen the girl.
Sorry, my mom's calling me, I think.
Yes, it's Carly Gousset.
The person on the other end sounds like a professional call dispatch based on the questions she has and the order she says them. First, she makes him clarify the address, which is what a real emergency operator would do.
Okay, do you know the cross street to Batista Canyon?
Then she asks for a clear description of the missing person in question.
Okay, do you remember what color shirt and pants she was wearing?
And she wants to know if Carly was with anyone else.
And she was by herself.
It's a logical line of questioning that seems she's following a real procedure she was trained for, which makes me believe this call was not fake. Most convincing of all is the way the call ends. It seems professional and exactly like what a real law enforcement official would say.
And she was by herself.
Yeah, she was by herself.
Freaking ads. Ads suck. They suck a lot. They just suck. They just suck.
Fits the description too. She's about 5'7".
So I think this is probably real, or at least he thought it could have been her, in which case he definitely did the right thing by calling in. Besides, Joey isn't the only one to have seen Carly. Someone once saw a particularly thin girl walk by his house near where she went missing. She was not paying attention to anything at all, just staring at the sky in a daze, much in the same way that this girl he saw today was staring straight ahead. Most mysterious of all, a second report that she was holding something that they couldn't identify, which matches what Joey saw. What I don't understand is how this person could be so out of it and yet survive on their own for over a year. She was last seen in October of 2018, and this video is from July 19th of 2019. I guess nothing came of his report because as of the time of my analysis, Carly is sadly still missing. One thing that has always creeped me out is the thought of being watched by someone who is interested in your every move and possibly recording it to watch over and over again, or even to post online. It's apparently easy to do and happens more frequently than you think. In early 2019, an Airbnb traveler named Max Vest rented this room to rest his head. Does it look normal to you? If so, you could be getting spied on tonight. Under a mirror is a small black camera positioned to watch you in bed. It's very small and easy to miss, but that's the whole entire point. And the black bottom of this plug-in deodorizer is also a spy camera positioned across from the dresser. And I don't think I would have noticed, to be honest, if it were me staying there. But just because you now know of 2 different types of spy cameras, shouldn't make you feel anywhere near safe. Meanwhile, in a different hotel, one of these 3 objects on the table is a spy camera. Do you know which? Even if you guessed the lamp, I bet you didn't guess where. Last but not least, this man once spied on his female roommate for a long time, using a camera behind a curtain rod in her room. He's a tall man, but even he has to reach above to set it up. He lines up her closet and her bathroom in one frame, and satisfied with the position, takes his leave. Most people would hardly pay attention to the corner of their own room. How long do you think it would take before you noticed the camera, if at all? It would probably take me a long time. So if you travel a lot, then there is a chance this might have already happened to you. Or if you live with someone you hardly know, they could use a number of different spy gadgets against you for the entire time you've been talking to them. And when that happens, they can either keep the video to themselves or spread it online. Pretty creepy to think about, right? A British family seems to be haunted by a spirit they call Freddy. Unlike most other families with a lingering paranormal problem, they seem to have gotten used to being haunted for the most part and largely ignore Freddy, laugh at him, or otherwise treat him as if he's a bratty child. It's an unusual technique that's made for some interesting videos from 2017 to 2018.
Come on, Freddy. I know we call you Freddy, but we don't know what to call you yet. But we like it.
I guess this ghost simply doesn't like to be addressed by the wrong name because nothing touches